Hello there assassins, welcome back to another Wheelassassin guide. I am back here on my Stranger Things world for episode number 2 of the Squawk Radio Station tutorial from, of course, Stranger Things Season 5. Now, if you've yet to check out Season 1? What? I mean, hopefully you would have seen Season 1 of Stranger Things, but no, if you haven't checked out episode number 1 of my Squawk Radio Station tutorial yet, you can find that, of course, on the channel, and it will take you up to this very point where we have 4 walls and a roof. And kind of a roof for our Squawk. But this is the starting point for this next episode, where we're going to be getting the rest of the exterior details done, which is just some stuff on the roof up here. And then we'll be working on some mappings for the interior. So that means building all the walls for each of the rooms inside. Very, very exciting stuff and very, very important for the future of this series. So if you're ready, if you're caught up and you're ready to go, we're going to get some materials and just make a start. Let's do it. Alright then assassins, so to get us started, we are going to take ourselves some polished doorite stairs, some doorite stairs, some polished doorite slabs, a doorite slab, iron bars, a grey candle, an oak log, some coarse dirt, and some tall grass as well. We're going to go to this block just here. So this is on our perimeter border that you should have built in episode number 1. And we're going to line up with the edge of the building. This is on the back left corner, by the way. So if you were to face the front of the Squawk, you come around here and you go round the back section to this corner just here. So on the perimeter line, we're going to start counting from this block and go along to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew, there we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to take ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our iron bars just here. So counting number 1 from this iron bar that we first started with down here, we want to get this to 9 blocks in total. So we need to add 8 to this. So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I said add 8, so we got to do another one just to make this into 9 blocks like so. And then we'll go ahead and make this into a big rectangle. And also make this 2 layers in height, just so we can make sure to keep out any pests and raccoons from our gas tank just here. We don't want any wildlife, you know, sitting on our gas tank. We'll take ourselves grey candles, 1 space away from each other on this perimeter, just to make it look a little bit more menacing and kind of like infrastructure that you'd find, you know, in these types of places. In the middle here, we can just do 2 kind of together, just like so. They are quite well spaced, so they do look pretty good. And then we'll do the same with the 1 space away on this one, and again 2 in the middle around this far side, like so. Now what we'll do is try and build a gas tank in the center with our doorite and our polished doorite. Similar to how we've done the texturing for the building, we want to do the same here. Now I've built the gas tank kind of at the back, so it's kind of just this block here. So 2 away from the front of the fence, 1 away from the back, just here. Now we can use any materials in the middle just here, like so. Don't connect it on either side of the fence though. We want to leave it just a 5 block kind of shape in the middle here. And then we'll go ahead and start kind of building this up. So we'll take ourselves just a random array of these stairs upside down, like so. And then we'll just do them the right way around. So I'm going to go this way first. I'm going to go doorite, normal, polished, polished, normal. And then I'll do myself a block of polished, normal, 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 normal. And then we'll do a doorite slab up here, polished doorite stair just here, a normal doorite block just here, polished stair and polished slab. And around this side, I'm going to do something a bit different. I'll go with a polished, normal, 2 polished, and a normal just there, like so. That's perfect. And then you probably noticed on my original one, when you maybe saw the tour video, I've kind of textured a lot of my area with coarse dirt and grass. But if we do the logs firstly, which just go to the left of this area, just over here, I've gone just, actually if we look at this from a different angle, it's a bit better. If we go 2 blocks in from our perimeter, we're going to place our first one just here, but I would like to turn it this way around. So I'm just going to move that there like so. I'm going to make this log come all the way back 4 blocks until the end of the perimeter fence. I'll do 1 block in just here, 1 block to the side just here, 2 more blocks up here, 1 down here. I'll bring this log forward for 2 extras, like that, so it kind of comes out like so. Another one up here, and then I'll do one to the side here, and one upwards just there. So like a bit of a cluster of logs just here. And then we can do some coarse dirt kind of underneath the fence here, around the perimeter, just like so. And then over here, maybe in this corner, we'll do a few more blocks. And you can really be random with this coarse dirt. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. I'm not sticking to my original here. I'm just kind of doing a bit of more random texturings. And that's the best thing about this, because it's supposed to represent nature and a natural sort of phenomena. With this coarse dirt, we can build this any which way we need to make it look good. So around my logs, I'll just do a few as well, just to give it a bit more detail. There we go. And then what I'll do is spread out your tall grass wherever you can. And also maybe you want to get some normal grass as well and place this around these different things. I do think it looks quite good, especially when it's quite messy. So that looks great. And if we take, actually I'll tell you what, we'll swap out one of our diorite materials just for some normal grass. There we go, or the short grass. And we'll put this kind of around as well, between some of these tall grass just here. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm remembering wrong, but was there a thing called, was it double grass at one point, or has it always been tall grass? I'm not sure, maybe I'm wrong. But there we go, that looks really good. That little installation just adds so much detail to this entire building. And what we can do over here is we can also take coarse dirt around kind of the back of the building. We can start in the back corner if you want to, kind of against the building like so. It might be worth even going sort of this way around. I'll just take, oops, some grass so I can place things back if I don't like it. But what I'd recommend doing is literally just breaking out a path like this, firstly, and then you can go ahead and make it more detailed afterwards, and into a better shape. As if you were building like a big stream outside of your Squawk radio station. That's exactly what we're trying to do with this coarse dirt. A stream of coarse dirt. We'll just take ourselves up to this corner over here, like so. That's perfect. And then I'll do kind of some patches around on the inner side as well. Like I said, I'm not really sticking to my original version here. I'm kind of just doing my own thing. But that's the beauty of it. We can just do the most random bits and bobs and it will still look really good. Let's do a couple under the ladder just to show some wear there. That looks good. And then we'll do a couple around here, a couple patches like so. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit in the back. There we go. And I'm just going to add my coarse dirt in now. And hopefully you'll start to see what I'm talking about just here. And it looks even better when you add in all the grass as well. I think at the moment it just looks a bit sort of scrappy, which is great because this radio station is quite run down and it's supposed to look like that. But it looks even better with the grass in and some more foliage. And by all means, take some different foliage. Use some leaves. Maybe even use some of the ferns and things like that as well. Dead bushes. You could even use some coral if you even feel in it. That would be pretty cool. But I think just to sort of give this a bit more of a rundown look, the coarse dirt adds so much. So let's just add the rest of this in. And then we'll leave the coarse dirt until future episodes with the actual radio tower itself. There we are. And then around here. There we go. Awesome. Let's just take a look at this. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It just looks a bit messy, and that's great. And then what we'll do is around some of the higher levels of the stairs, we'll add in this tall grass, and tall grass in the shadows of the building itself, just so it looks like vegetation has been able to grow, in these more harsher environments. Very, very good for weeds though. And then we'll do the same over here, and just sprinkle some grass kind of around the coarse dirt. And what's really good about coarse dirt is you can actually put the grass on it as well, which is awesome. So that looks good. And then just take a look. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks great. Awesome. All right, let's get ourselves some more materials now. Okay then, Assassin. So next step, we're going to take ourselves a dark oak slab, a dark oak fence, polished andesite stairs, some polished andesite, a block of coal, some gravel, a brick slab, waxed oxidized cut copper, and waxed oxidized copper trapdoors. I almost messed up, but I held it together. Let's go ahead and go underneath this window just here. Oh, let's fold up that trapdoor first. There we go. So underneath this window, we won't go in line with this part of the building and where all these grass are. We're going to go just here, but underneath and in line with the window. So we do 3 of our slabs here, 2 blocks away, 3 over here. So a 2 block gap between for some fence where we can place slabs again. And this will be a little picnic bench that goes underneath this window. Awesome. Now we'll go around the side of the building, around this side of the building. And we're going to add in ourselves these 2 kind of like, I think they're bins, but kind of sideways. They're a bit strange. So what we're going to do is we'll go a block back from the building. And we'll place upside down stairs and normal stairs like this. And we'll do the same this way around. Now this one's a bit tricky, so you may have to place a block to lean on a second. Like so. And we'll do the same just a block back from them as well. So we've got this kind of shape here. We'll do another one this side, just a block back. Like this. Okay, and let's do the same again just here, double it up. It's coming back for 2. And then we'll place blocks of coal behind the stairs. So when you look through the tunnel, it should be kind of black at the back there with some texturing for the coal. Now if we go in line with this second one, the one that's further out, we'll take ourselves a block of andesite, a stair, 2 blocks of andesite, a block, a stair that way around. And then we'll do ourselves 2 blocks, 2 blocks, block, stair, 2 blocks, block, stair, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. And then we'll do ourselves blocks of coal in the middle. And that's our dumpster just back there. A little bit strange, but it just adds a bit more detail to the back of this building. Now what we'll do around here is we're going to add in a place for the cars, but we need to find out where that's going to be. So if we go to the window just here, we can add the sort of cellar door that takes you down to the basement, or it's a bit of an escape hatch for the basement. So we'll do a brick block just here with our slabs. We'll do this all the way underneath the window actually for the 5 blocks, and then we'll come forward for 4 blocks, not including this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So technically 5 altogether on the sides. And then we'll do slabs on top of all of this section. And then we'll do a block and a block. Slabs for 3 here. Blocks for these 3. And then we'll take ourselves waxed oxidized cut copper for these 9 blocks in here. And then our trapdoors in the center there like so for the doors. And then if we take our copper, our gravel even, we'll go ahead and make this kind of car park area. Now we're not going to fill in every single block in here equally. We're going to make this a bit random, just so it looks a bit, again, worn down and like it needs probably a bit of resurfacing or a bit more gravel in here. It's all been dispersed over the many years that this has been an active radio station. So we can leave like a couple patches of grass here and there within this space, but try not to make them too like, I don't know, like in a pattern. So don't do like a block of gap of 2 and then leave 2. Just do like 2 here, 1 there, and that should be about it. And let's go ahead and remove the most of this grass for the gravel. There we go. Place our gravel in here. Awesome. Okay, that's cool. And there we go. So you could also add in another piece of grass maybe in the middle of the car park, just like so. And then take your grass again from around the corner, so both the short grass and the tall grass, and we'll take ourselves tall grass definitely back here for sure, in front of these dumpsters and around the corner just here. Loads more grass around here. More tall grass from this corner, like that. Pretty cool. And then we'll do some others just in amongst the space here, like so. Now what you can add around here on this gravel is either one of my Stranger Things tutorials for a car. So you could add Joyce's car, you could add Hopper's police truck. We do definitely see Joyce's car just here, and we definitely see Steve's BMW just here at one point, because obviously that's used in the show as well. But I will be getting some of the radio station vehicles done too, so please be on the lookout for the Squawk van, and there'll also be that Benny's Big Buy. Is it Benny's? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the description. In the comments below. But yeah, I'm going to be getting that Big Buys truck done as well, so be on the lookout. But yeah, those could either go around here on this gravel or around the back of the radio station too, so be on the lookout. But yeah, you can find any of those tutorials on my channel. I will link a little link to those tutorials in the description for you. So yeah, get yourself one of those vehicles built up. Alright, who's ready to start building the interior for our squad? Oh, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. I mean, we could do that whilst it's open. We should do that whilst it's open. Alright, let's get ahead of ourselves. Let's build a bit of the interior. Let's map out all the walls for our rooms inside of the Squawk radio station. Okay then, Assassins, we are going to start with the interior. We're going to grab ourselves some stripped birch wood, some stripped spruce wood, some polished blackstone bricks, some quartz bricks, and some stripped birch logs as well. Alright then, first things first, we're going to go into this doorway on the left over here. So this one, just around this side of the Squawk, where our gas tank is at the back there. We're going to go in here, and we're going to go up to this window. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go past the window and start counting from here. 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th one, back here, this line just here, we're going to take our stripped birch wood, and we're going to build this up from the ground, right the way until we can go no further, basically, just here. Perfect. We're then going to go ahead and take ourselves another one up. I'm just going to quickly count this on my screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wow, okay, so 10 blocks it is. 3 just here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll build this up. Now it shouldn't be in line with the door. We're going to go way past the door just here. Not too far past the door. But yeah, just a few so we can build the little room that will take you down the secret staircase to the basement. So very important. So we're kind of on a very important section right now. And it's very good to get this done. Now here, as you can see, the roof obviously opens up. But we'll stay in line with what we've got previously, just to keep everything flowing nicely, just like so. Perfect. Now when we go over here, we're going to go ahead and build ourselves another block this way, as we're going to have a bookshelf kind of in this gap, just here. And then we're going to take ourselves some stripped spruce wood, and we're going to build this right the way up here. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take myself 5 blocks up from ground level. Now we know ground level is 3 blocks from the ground, as we can see just here. So 1, 2, 3, we'll knock that off, we'll pretend that doesn't exist, and we'll go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just like so. Now when we've got the 5 just in here, we'll go ahead and build 1, 2, 3 along like so, and build another pillar the other side of this wall just like so. Then we'll take our stripped birch again, and we'll build this over, and then we'll build 2 blocks just over here. Actually, we'll go 3, and then build a wall forward just here for another 2. Then we'll build this corner just up this way, and again we want to get this up to the same height as the ones prior, and again these 2. Now this next one is a door frame, so what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3, ground level is going to be here, and we're going to leave a 3 block gap for the door, and on the 4th one we'll place a block. So we've got, this is our first layer, 1, 2, 3, 3 block gap for the door, 4th layer, we're going to stick ourselves a spruce block just here. So 1, 2, 3 for that door frame, block up here. Then we'll do ourselves 3 of our spruce up top, like so. Perfect. Just checking this is all accurate. Yep, we're going to do this layer around here, that's perfect. So yeah, that's fine. I'll just switch the direction of that one just there. And then we'll do another 2 blocks this way, and then we should take ourselves back to the normal wall just there besides the door frame. So we build all of this up, and that's good that we have got there, because that means I've done the previous walls correctly, which thank goodness, because it's always a bit of a you know, a scare, a bit of a worry that I am going to mess up. And obviously if we mess up one of the walls in this instance, we're going to mess up interior, and that is not very good for the Squawk's design. So there we go, that's good, that's really good. Awesome. Now what you can do whilst you're here is actually go ahead and take your polished blackstone bricks and your quartz bricks and go ahead and place these in here for the flooring. Now it's really good to get this done because it just, you know, obviously makes everything look as it should, but also helps us out later with building interior. So we don't have to worry about flooring and all the boring bits. We can get on with furnishing and making it look really cool and how it's supposed to. So if we just do all of this, I may have built it 1 block too high for that door frame now looking at it, because we've got 2 blocks, then the floor is on 3. So we'll have a look at that in a second and come back in a sec if we need to. However, let's just get the floor in here firstly with this lovely sequence pattern. Very nice. Definitely looks like an 80s radio station, doesn't it? Or an 80s kitchen. Or a modern day kitchen, if you're into that sort of thing. I like these. I think they're really cool. There we go. And then we'll do some blocks in the doorway up here as well, just to finish that off. And also one up here, like so. Perfect. That looks good. Okay, awesome. So that's going to be for all that there, which is brilliant. So that's looking, yeah, pretty good to me. Now I'm just going to double check my work over this way, especially in this corner. This is definitely important to get done properly. No, that seems good. 3 blocks still and 1 block up there. Now what I will do is just check my door frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Then of course we've got that just there, which is again nice and accurate. Now we're going to go ahead and build ourselves the wall up here. Now what I'd recommend doing is grabbing your doorite, placing these 2 blocks just up there, like so. And then we're going to take ourselves, I think it's another 2 blocks backwards, you know. So what I'm going to do is count this wall 7 blocks back and then stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is change this one to doorite and pretend that this is more of my door frame, basically. And then I'll build myself 2 blocks in here with my doorite. You know what? I'll do another one down there. And then up top here, I'm going to take myself my stripped birch wood and I'm going to build this in the roof just for this specific room, so that we won't have to see the andesite and everything will be pretty much the same. So let's fill all this in. And also, as you see, we've got some holes in the roof that we still need to cover up from last time. So we get those covered up too. And it just makes everything so much smoother and look exactly like it should to the original. Whoopsie. There we go. Look at that. Awesome. So this is our first room down. Now there is another room we can do. I've got the dimensions for, and it is of course the little secret room. So I'll pop it on here. We'll continue this wall going along this way. So we're going to go along for, I believe it's going to be 6 blocks, and there's a doorway on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like I knew. That's great. Doorway is going to be here. There's going to be this wall just here. I'm only going to do a I think I'm only going to do, yeah, I'll just do a wall like this. So there's a block on either side, like so. Each side, I was going to say. Either side. And then that means we can add in our bookshelf in later episodes to build the secret passageway, which is great. For now, let's just build up this entire wall. Again, we're keeping everything the same dimension just here. I think this room is probably smaller as far as the roof goes. This one is quite a big hallway, whereas this one's quite a small kind of cupboard, I guess. So it's supposed to look, you know, inconspicuous, and that's what we're trying to achieve with the roofs as well. Roofs. So let's go ahead and build our pattern flooring in here as well. Very important to get done. We'll build it up to where we can go no further, or at the moment. So just up to here. I'll place another block in there, which is perfect. And another block over here. Awesome. Our door will be in here probably. And then our cupboard will be kind of over this way, or our shelf to go under the shelf just in here. Now this wall will be, let's just check this from this side. Yeah, so there will be a wall that goes here for the window on the inside, which is perfect. We can actually build up some doorite for this window. It doesn't have to be textured on this one, as it is on the inside, so that's pretty helpful. So we can just do that for now, just to symbolize where that will be. And then we can build another wall just in here. I did grab the log, but I don't think we need it. I just think I may have got confused my materials beforehand. So that's on me. But this wall, I think, only goes along 4 blocks from what I can see from my picture. It could technically be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I tell you what, I will go and double check. Probably best to do that. Okay, Assassin, so I've been to check, and yeah, this one's going to be 5 blocks. So that was perfect. We did the right amount just here, but it was always good to double check. Absolutely. So that is 5 visible blocks on this side. So in line with basically what we've done for the window the other side, which is great. I should have probably realised that. And then we'll do another one here. This one will be covered up by door right that's going to go just on the end here as kind of a stopping thing, I guess. Just there. Perfect. So we'll texture all that and sort all that out when we do the interior a bit more. But that's absolutely fine. And then we'll go beyond this wall just here. So there you can imagine this is cupboard just here. This is kind of cupboard backdrop. And there should be a doorway in here. And then we want to do 6 blocks. So from this position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just here. For this corridor. Although it's not looking like it's going to line up on the other side. But that's fine. At the moment we'll just do the 5 blocks. And this one's the 6th one. Just there for the door. Alright, great. Let me get some more of my materials, my dimensions for my materials. And then we'll continue. However, if we go just up here, we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And on the 5th one, we're going to go ahead and fill over this as if there was a roof. Just here. Like so. So literally 1 block above the spruce just there. And you can also do it down this corridor. Just like so. Awesome. Good stuff. Okay then, Assassins, next steps in our building. We are going to come into the very, very big room of the Squawk, where we see the sofas set up over here. We also have Rockin' Robin's booth over here. Now we're going to need to find out how big this room actually is. And to do that, we go to this wall. We are going to go to the left of this doorway and just count 15 blocks on this kind of material just here, this birch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's actually in line with that previous wall. But it's always good to check, and especially from this side where things get a little bit more different. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to go up to this back area over here. We're going to go to the wall behind, sorry, actually the wall here, which is perfect. Let me just find the doorway back this way. So what we're going to do is make 3 blocks above this doorway instead. So this area has like a higher roof really. So we'll do these 3 blocks above the door frame, like so. And then when we come back down this side, over here, what we're going to do is extend it 1 block extra from this area. Let me just double check what I'm saying, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go to the back wall, extend it 1 block extra on the top 3, like so. And then the next one, I'm going to bring this out here. And this will be for a beam that is kind of exposed on the inside of this building. There's a beam part here, and then again just over this way, before obviously the building kind of curves around for the front window. So like so. It goes up just a block there, and goes up again for that top bit just there. And then the wall goes back to being flush to its original state just over this bit for these final 2 blocks. Now I know it's 3 at the moment, but the reason being is because we also double out this wall once again. So this one will actually be another wall entirely. So we can actually build this down just here, like so. So then we can just have our 2 blocks just there. I hope that makes sense, guys. But if anyone has any comments with questions, has any questions for comments, do let me know in the comments below, of course. That'll be absolutely fine. Alright, awesome. That looks really good. Now what we're going to do is go beneath this section, and we're going to go to the back bit over here. And we're going to try our best to sort of fill this in and make it a bit better so it doesn't actually look, you know, all door-righty at the back here. So we've got this section for the wall here. We're going to bring this doorway down. So again, it's going to be worth 3 blocks in total. We'll have to bring our flooring through for this just so we can see what we're doing. This is not actually going to be this material. It's going to be a different material, but we'll grab that later. But just check where the door is. Yeah, 3 blocks, absolutely fine. Good stuff. So now we've got that marked out, we can go to the back wall and fill this section in. Now we'll fill these 3 in just here, as of course we can do. And then we'll fill in this one just here on a diagonal axis. And then we'll fill it in diagonally again. So we cut off that entire corner just there. And that is all filled up, ready for an interior, which is absolutely superb. Now if we continue with this pipe across the top here, these 2 blocks up here are going to actually represent the entire length of this beam. Now they're going to go along for 17. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 blocks, just like so. Then of course we start to come back down on ourselves. So we're going to go down just immediately here, like so, because remember these are the overhanging ones. This one's going to be worth the 2 blocks coming back, as you can see. Although this side is a little bit different. This side seems to be more sort of bulky. The other side is a bit more relaxed. Oh, actually, no. You know what? No, it's not. We're going to go down here, and this one is going to come out for 3 blocks. 2, 3, and then this one will come out for 4 blocks before going on to the next bit. So this needs to change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 17 is now up here. There we go. I'm glad we spotted that. So let's do this one down here. So basically the 18th one will start to come back down. And then 19, of course, reflects also the same thing. And then this one on the final one will come back for an extra 2 to make that into 3. This one, of course, comes back to another 3 to obviously be 4. I'm going to make the wood reflect my new kind of measurement just there as well. And then this one's going to come back so it's all the way there, just like so. That's perfect. So that should be a beam just across the window there. And I believe it doesn't cover up necessarily any of the window blocks besides just one toward the top section. But we're not really going to see that because we're going to actually have our blind that goes above this when the rest of the wall is in here. Now for the wall in here, we literally just build up our birch just up there. Sorry, I think my Minecraft character is cold because he keeps shivering every time I move my perspective. Look. That is an old glitch. There we go. Let's build these up as well, just so that everything is all the same. These will have different blocks in front of them for a radiator, but we're trying to cover up the door right now. So we just want to build underneath the window, the whole way along the window, of course. So, pretty lengthy and time-consuming section, but once again, like it was last time, the time-consuming sections are the best ones to get done because they are the majority of this build and they allow us to, you know, create the squawk in all its former glory. So that's what we're trying to do just here. So let's build this one all the way up here. Same dimension as the other side, just in line with the top window, the top of the glass block, and then we stop just there for now. That's perfect. Alright guys, amazing. Let's change our perspective. We're actually going to go above this section just here in the middle. So this actually is our new roof height just up here. So I'm going to build this all the way along for now up to this block. I'm going to do this all the way to this side over here. Okay, so I'm going to skip this on because I don't want to bore you guys with the very, very time-consuming sections like this one. But we need to get it so that this entire section is all covered up on this, basically this line, this row, whatever you want to call it up here. So let's get this done and we'll hop back to it. Okay, so there we are, Assassins. That is a very pancake-looking roof, but that's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what we want. Awesome. Now it's going to get very dark in here, I will warn you. If you do want to grab yourself any sort of lighting material just to make this a little bit easier for yourself, then please feel free. Pearlescent frog lights do the job very nicely, or any of the light materials in Minecraft. But we're not going to need all this sort of section until we get onto interior stuff, and today we're just building walls and roofs and etc, etc. So don't worry too much about the lighting getting dark. Alright, good stuff. That looks really good. Everything is all correct down here, which is very important for later. We're now going to go beyond this wall just here, this doorway, to this wall. We're going to take ourselves 5 blocks along this way on the birch just here. So 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do a 6th one just in the corner because that is going to be obviously the anchoring point for my next wall that goes back along and finishes up the room basically. So I'll build to here. And now I know that the rest of this roof is going to be up here. I'll fix I'll fix this all up afterwards. I can't talk today. Right, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 blocks this way, just like so. And again, build this all up to our new roof height, just in here. Again, guys, very important to double check your work. So maybe when you're on one of these layers filling it up, just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Always good to double check things. Especially with these interior walls, which are going to be vital to getting these rooms furnished and things. Right, that looks good. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to work on a doorway that goes back here and opens up into the kitchen and Robin's office. Now we're going to take ourselves up to the new floor level, which of course is level 3. And then we'll count past it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do another beam this way, just like so. Let's build the wall above this. Good stuff. And then we'll build the wall beyond this, which is going to be another 10 lots of birch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we have an extra one in the corner. And then we do 5 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1 in the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll build all of this up. Again, it might take a moment just to place every single block, but that's okay. I mean, it's only hard placing these blocks individually, because if we spammed them, if I held my button down, it would change the direction of the wood, and it would make it look a little bit scrappy on the inside, and definitely not like the paint or the wallpaper that is supposed to be inside of the squawk. So we've got to take our time, we've got to be careful, do this very meticulously, and get it all accurate and precise to the original, which is very tricky work, but we're getting there. We're making good progress, guys. Okay, awesome. At least we haven't got too much of the roof to fill up. Now we've got to this section. So this is just going to be an extra few layers. Up to here. And we will, of course, add in all of our lighting and all that sort of stuff to come in future episodes with more interior stuff. There we go, perfect. So that's looking good. This is going to be the big space, the biggest space of the radio station. There's going to be a doorway again over here. So 1, 2, 3. That's obviously floor level. And then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And then again, another pillar there. Then we'll do our 3 layers above this, of course, for our wall again. And then we're going to do ourselves 14 blocks along this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now then, on the opposite side, it may be a little bit longer. I don't think it is. I think they should be... Oh no, it is. It is just 1 block longer. That's perfect. The reason we do that is because I've gone ahead and made a little bit of like... well, I think I made like a bookshelf over here. And that is because, as you can see, we have this window and we need to sort of cater for it. And it also allows us to build this radio booth in the center of this room, basically. The kind of back center of this room. So with this 1 block being off, it allows people to actually be able to walk through here and, you know, not sort of hit their body on a very narrow, sort of windy passageway around the wall there, which is perfect. That was a really long way of saying I've knocked off 1 block. But there you go. That's my reasons for it. It does make sense in the build, I assure you, but it just looks a bit odd at the moment, and it can be a little bit confusing if you don't know that, so at least we do. Let's get all these blocks filled in. Filled right to the top, so there's no gaps, and we don't really want any light coming through, which I know seems a bit pointless, but that's when we know that everything is filled up correctly. The only light we want coming through is through the doorways that we've just built, and there should be 3 of them. Perfect. And of course the big window, but it shouldn't be kind of bringing in too much light because it's 2 blocks at the moment, and it's going to be a 3rd block of blind in here in a minute. So yeah, we're going to leave that be at the moment. So let's go up this way. We will go ahead and bring the 3 blocks down for our wall up here, because of course, like I said, we've got to connect this sort of beam across to an actual wall. So we'll fill in the roof there, and then we'll go back down here, and we'll build these down for 3, as we know that that is always going to be the case. So 3 like it was across there, and 3 there. And these ones are also going to have the rest of the roof in line with this one. Okay, so that one is just going to be like that. That's perfect. Over here we'll just bulk this out so that it goes in line. Oh no, it already is. Ignore me. That's perfect. So that's also accurate. Although, did we do anything different this side? We didn't. Hold on a second. Just looking at this, I feel like... Okay, I haven't done it on my original one, but I actually prefer it on this one. So what we're going to do is basically leave these blocks off. Now on the original one, these are built up for an extra 4 blocks, like so. But in my opinion, I kind of like the fact the beam is kind of protruding on both sides, like so. This one looks a bit bulky, and it doesn't really look like a beam. So I'm going to actually keep these blocks off, create that pocket just in there, and then we've still got space for everything else. So yeah, actually that looks way better. Let's keep that like that. Perfect. Now let's go over here, and we're going to go ahead and take ourselves... need to find out what's in the back section back there. Well, I believe it's going to be... So if we got... Let's just put these in for a sec so I can count. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 blocks back, and then there'll be our first wall just here. So 1 block basically back from our 4 just there next to the window. So we've got 4, 1, and then we'll do another 1 just here. So cutting off that corner like we did on our opposite side as well. And then there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 just in here. And this is kind of going to be like an optical illusion. So from way back here, you think that wall goes the whole way, but it's not going to. We're going to make it into 5. So we are going to make it go a little bit further. So 5 blocks like so. And we'll build this up to the same height as our ceiling now in this section. And then there's going to be a block of 4. Now this one will have the bookshelf on, but right at the moment we don't have the materials for that. So we're just going to build a wall, and the bookshelf is inside of the wall. So that's absolutely fine. We can just fill this in. So again, same layer, and then more smooth layer. So we have ourselves a little roof in here. Just like so. Perfect. And then there's going to be another one, even more forward, so just here. So in line with that door right just there, and we can actually build this in. Fill that door right in just there. This one is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks, just like so. Now what we're going to do is fill up most of these. We'll build up the 3, of course, because ground level. And then what we're going to do is fill up this one solely on its own. And then the rest of these, we're going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of our spruce. We're going to build up 1, 2, 3 on both sides. And then we'll close this over so it's like a rectangle like that. And this is going to be used for a viewing window and kind of a check-in window for when you come and visit the squawk. So we'll do 2 layers of wall above this, our corner layer in there just like so, or a corner wall. We'll build up another 3 here, 3, 3, and 3. And then we'll do ourselves a spruce doorway, same height as the window, so 4 blocks up, a gap of 1, 4 blocks, 1 over the top, so it's a gap of 3 for the door. A normal wall goes in this side, all the way to the new roof height, and then 2 layers above the doorway. And now when we go ahead and... Hold on a sec, what's happened here? Oh, I see. So we leave this one empty. I'm just going to knock this back. So we leave this 4 exposed, so the roof gets just 1 block taller, but this part stays like this. So the roof gets taller here. And then that way we can leave our 2 blocks above our door frame. And that will be the new height for the roof in this section. I was just looking at it thinking, wait a second, it looks like we're going to chop off some bricks we don't want to chop off. But yeah, no, it's okay. It's all good. We just knock off some of those blocks back there so we can have the roof a bit taller in this section. Now if we put ourselves some pearlescent frog lights in here, you can see the dimensions a bit more properly. Wonderful. Alright, now let's go into this hallway out here, the other hallway. Now this one again is going to be different to the other side. Probably a rookie mistake when I was planning this. I should have made them nice and symmetrical, especially as we don't see this section in the show. So it would have been easier for us in the tutorial to make them symmetrical. But I like to do things a bit more tricky, clearly. Right, what we're going to do here is going to make ourselves go 1, 2, and 3 blocks back. And then our wall is going to be on the 3rd block of diorite back in here. So I'm going to build this one this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. For this entire wall just here. And literally this one closes off an entire, probably a room's worth of space back there that you could definitely use for bathrooms. So if you guys wanted to use this space for some toilets for the squawk, please by all means make use of this space. We're also going to make this 1 block above the doorway because our roof out here is going to be 1 block above that 1 block of the doorway. So literally the same as the reception area. Just to keep everything flush and the exact same way. So let's build this one through here. Perfect. I'm going to sneak through here. Then I'm going to fill this over. Yeah, see, this one should have been the same as the other side. But I didn't get to do that, annoyingly. I think the wall might be just 1 block further forward. And then, of course, we take ourselves our diorite in here before our polished. So further forward. And then this one will also become diorite in here, as it's going to be for the doorway, just like so. Perfect. Alright, that looks great. Yep, just checking everything. I think we're all good here. Let's put some more of this around. Let's also build up our doorway just in here, or our doorway flooring. Our lobby flooring, basically. Let's just put all these blocks in here in our sequence. It's very satisfying filling this all in. And it's going to be so much fun to get the basement built as well, because then we will have all of the rooms on the squawk built up. But for now we're only doing the 1st floor just because we need to map this whole place out. It makes it a lot more easy to build furniture when we've actually got the walls in. Then we know what's going in which rooms, don't we? Very important. Right. Fill all this in. Oh, and there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's just do another quartz in there. Awesome. This looks amazing. Right. Well, hopefully they're going to be able to match up the right way. Fingers crossed. But it doesn't matter too much. We've got a seam that runs on either side of the building. So if we have like a sequence mistake on this side, or they don't line up properly, that's absolutely fine. Hey, this looks nice with the glass, like the reflection coming in, the light coming in. I shouldn't talk today. Oh my word. Well, anyways, we're going to go ahead and now move on to the kitchen, and obviously Robin's office back here as well. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of wasted space on both sides. So if you wanted to use this side as toilets, and maybe this side as a storeroom or something, by all means, please do make use of that space. Alright, let's get some new dimensions and get on with this bit. Okay then, Assassins, so after gathering some new materials and finding out the new dimensions, we are going to take ourselves some stripped birch wood, some stripped spruce wood, a glass pane, cyan terracotta, polished tuff, a pale oak fence gate, a pearlescent frog light, and white stained glass pane, and we're going to head into this kitchen area and Robin's office. So when you come through this doorway from the big sort of heart of the radio station, you're going to turn right just here. We're going to go onto the doorway here on the right side and count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 4 we're going to build a wall just here. Now this wall is going to come 2 blocks above the door frame, just there. Perfect. Alright, then we're going to take ourselves 1, 2, 3, of course so we're at ground level just here, and we'll do the same again, and we'll actually do the same all the way until we reach no more, like where we can go no more, right up to this window over here. Perfect. That's absolutely fine. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and build another layer. And this is our first layer of wall, just there. And now we need to find out where the door frame is. So we'll go back along to this side. We're going to take our spruce and we're going to build it up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 this way now, upwards until we're in line with the original. And then we'll go along this way just like so. So we should be left with a 9 block space for glass panes just in here. Perfect. And then that means our doorway is going to be here. So we'll knock out these 2 blocks down here. So another 5 blocks over here, just like so. And then we're going to take ourselves exactly the same window design as the one previously. So with the 9 blocks of glass panes just in here. Like so. And then we'll do ourselves 2 blocks over the doorway. Leave a gap of 1 and do another 2. And then we'll take ourselves some more glass panes just in there. Now over this way, the reason we leave 1 block just from the window is because this is going to be an entire wall here that is going to be an entire wall all the way along, basically. So we'll take this wall surrounding the window frame just here and up to our dimension of, oh, it was 1 extra block, wasn't it, over the spruce just there. This one as well. We will surround this door frame in a second, but firstly let's go ahead and build some birch over the spruce just like so. Now the new roof height in here is going to be this block after that section, so we can build this as if it was going to be the roof just for now, and then we'll sort it out afterwards once we've built the rest of the walls. But that looks great. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and go inside of Robin's office, and let's turn right again just here. We're going to build these walls up so they go obviously up to ground height, which is the 3 blocks as we know. So 3 blocks to this position. We're then going to take ourselves some polished tuff, and we're going to go here for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 1 block beneath the spruce, by the way. 1, 2, 3 along this way, and back down. So we have 5 with 2, 5 again this way, basically. Cyan terracotta will go in this space just here. And then we're going to take ourselves our spruce upwards for these 3, but we're also going to need another one. So we have 4 of these. So we'll do 3 of our birch and then our spruce up for those 5 just there. Then we'll take ourselves 2 layers of our birch above, because we're not quite at the roof just yet. And then we're of course going to do our roof up here. So we'll take ourselves this layer like so. But we've now found the end of our room in here. It is the block after this wall here. So this one is the one. And we turn this back on itself, and this should go all the way along to the window now. So I'll bring this all the way to here. Build this side up, as we know this is going to be needing a wall because it's all doorite right now, and we don't want doorite to be exposed on the inside of our squawk, or rarely, if we can help it. So we'll fill up around this window frame just temporarily, and then we'll fill it all around once we've got the correct dimension for that one. But we'll build that along just there, and then we'll build this up to make it into a small rectangle for this room, although it's not quite small. I realised actually I built my squawk way too big, but it was good to have extra space to play with rather than, you know, not having that space, because it would have been harder to work in a smaller environment and not be able to cram in as much detail. But I feel like I got that much detail in to the space that was available to me. I actually had space left over, which is awesome, and that's really cool. Okay, perfect. So let's build this around, and then we'll build our roof over this one as well. As we can, we may as well get it done whilst we're here. Remember guys, that is 2 blocks above your spruce. Above these walls. The spruce there. But 1 block above the main spruce for the actual doorway and the windows into Robin's office. There we are. Perfect. Looking good. Alright, awesome. If we go back into our office now, we'll of course take up our our birch around the window the whole way. And then we can take ourselves white stained glass panes for in front of those spruce slabs just there for the window. And then if we go back up here, if we go in line with the block above the window, go onto this wall, 1 block, 1, 2, 3, leave a space of 4, 1, 2, 3, and that should be 1 block as well. Then what we're doing up here is we're placing pale oak fence gates, which will have pearlescent frog lights behind them. And this is just to simulate that there's going to be windows here, because as I say, I built the squawk way too big that I had space left over, and there's no way that we're going to build Robin's office all the way to this back wall, because we'd have way too big of an office space, and it would just look really out of place. So to stick to this scale, we shrink it down and we build fake windows just there. Which seems weird, doesn't it? But it works. So we'll take it. That's really good. Alright, that's ready for some furnishings now, which is great. Now if we go back over to this big doorway that we have over here, we're going to go ahead and take our spruce and we're going to surround this doorway with spruce to make kind of like a frame, like we've done for the windows here and the door frames all throughout the squawk. So like so. And then if we jump over to the flip side of this and take the iron bars that are here, we can also put the iron bars on the inside of the squawk doorway, just to make it look like a proper doorway with 2 sides that open and close. Then we'll take our birch back and we'll fill up over this door frame. Remember, this is obviously our roof layer, so we can build this over. But we'll probably fill it in after in one big section, because that might get old very quick. But if we keep building this one all the way over this wall, over these 2 windows, then it's going to go 2 blocks beyond that are visible, 1, 2, and this one in the corner where the actual squawk changes into, the build goes a little bit bigger. This is where we stop building this wall. So this one will come back along this way, and I believe this goes right the way into this corner, so it's just a very big rectangle just here. Very open plan, big rectangle. Very helpful, but leaves us with a very weird looking L shape back here, which we're not going to use. It's going to be wasted space, but that's okay. Like I said, better to have wasted space than not have enough space. If you guys do decide to build anything within these spaces that I've left blank, like you did in the Creel house tutorial that I also did, then please do let us know in the comments below, because I feel like there'll be a lot of people who are stumped with what to build or what to add into these spaces. So if you guys have any ideas or things that you add to your own builds and you want to share with us, please by all means do so. So let's build these ones up. We're almost there now. Almost. We're getting there, aren't we? Tell you what, a little bit of random, wheel lore for you. I am hungry. I'm gonna have to get some dinner after this stream. This episode. Oh man, I'm always hungry, to be fair, so it makes sense. But hey, right guys, what I'm gonna do is fill over this entire section of roof. So flatten this all out, build this all over, and then we'll place some frog lights down and get some details done in here. Well, whilst we've got the tough on us as well. Alright, cool stuff. Okay, Assassins, so now we have all the walls in place. You should only be able to get into the squawk by going actually through the doorways, which is really cool. But we missed a wall. Over here, we need to go ahead and make sure that this wall is entirely filled up as well. That was my fault. I just completely thought, you know what, whatever, we'll leave this wall as is. But no, it is needing to be filled up. I just completely missed it somehow. I don't know how, because it's, white and brown. It kind of is obvious, but never mind. Maybe it's like an art installation, This squawk is a little bit more, it's a little bit more interesting. No, I didn't mean to do this. We'll just quickly fill it in. And then I'll show you how to do the vents that go in this room. There we go. Of course, we also want to add in our white stained glass pane for these windows. We don't want to forget any of these white stained glass pane windows. Like so. Did we do the one over here? Not quite yet. So let's get this one done as well. Make sure it's on the line of the birch, not through and on the slabs. But there we go, that looks great. This is ready for a floor as well, which is brilliant. But what we're going to do next is actually build in these tough kind of like vents that go along. There's actually going to be one above these 2 windows. So it literally goes here for 2 blocks, all the way along until we reach the other window, and we just stop there. And on the other side of this kitchen area, there'll be one from corner to corner. So up here on the very top, this will go all the way along, and it stops at Robin's office, basically. And this is what the kind of ventilation shaft connects to. the ventilation sort of unit connects to from the oven, which I don't think is, Stranger Things accurate, but I just brought an oven in here anyways because it's a kitchen. So if we go 3 blocks from the door on the birch, 3 blocks here, on the 4 and 5, up here, we'll just connect it like so, and we'll leave that be for now. And that is ready for the cooker and stuff that we build later. That's great though. We have made huge progress. Right, all we need to do now is build Robin's little booth in here, and then maybe we'll just finish up some flooring, because some of this kitchen is tiled the same as this one, and obviously quite a lot of this is tiled the same. Maybe we'll do the flooring as well. So Robin's booth, the flooring, and then the roof, and then we're done. Okay then, assassins, we are going to take ourselves some stripped birch wood, some stripped spruce wood, some dark oak planks, a glass pane, brown wool, polished tuff again, blue terracotta, and our quartz bricks and polished blackstone bricks as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start on this side of the squawk. This is actually on the right side if you're looking at the front, just over here. We're going to go in this doorway here, and we see this arch. We're going to go ahead and count from this pillar along. We're actually going to build it just to help us. So it's going to be a pattern for 3. Then there'll be our blue terracotta. And then there's going to be 4 lots of our pattern. And it starts with the polished blackstone bricks. 4. And then up here is where we start our booth. I'm going to take stripped spruce wood, and we're going to go right to the roof. So all the way up there. Perfect. Then we'll go ahead and take ourselves 7 lots of stripped birch wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is only going to come 2 blocks above ground level. Well, we know where ground level is. It is above 3. So 1 and 2. And then we'll take spruce just here again. Like so. We'll leave a gap of 2. I hope everyone can see what I'm doing, by the way. Let me just grab another pearlescent froglet for you, just in case. So let me go ahead and leave a gap of 2. Place another pillar, a gap of 1, another pillar, and these will come straight to the roof once more. There'll be my dark oak planks here. There'll also be second block down here, and all the way along basically. Stripped spruce will be above the dark oak planks. And then we're basically going to put our glass pane in these gaps. So this entire thing will have windows on all sides, because that is what a radio booth is all about. Nice one. Transparency. Now over here we'll leave a gap of 7 once more. So we'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 with our birch, and build this up to 5 blocks basically, because we know 2 are going to be above ground level just there. Another pillar will just go in this side of our spruce, of course. We can now find the 4th pillar. I almost said 3rd, but 4th pillar, which is just going to be in line with that pillar and that pillar. And again, 7 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And of course, now you know 7 blocks are going to be around here. Perfect. We'll build this one up again to the 5. There we go. We'll come back on this one. We'll build ourselves in these other beams. Remember, we leave a gap of 2, then a gap of 1, and a gap of 2 on the end should appear. We'll fill up the top with 1 layer of spruce the whole way around. Just like so. And then on this side there's also going to be another lot of windows. So 2 for a pillar, 1, and then 2. Perfect. Don't forget to add in your dark oak planks as well. Got to add those in, very important. And then of course you can add in your glass panes as well. Kind of as a final step with the walls all the way around. Dark oak planks on this side as well. Oops. Almost there. There we go. And then we're onto the back section. So this back section opposite the kitchen door is where our door will be to get in and out of the Squawk little radio booth. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build this one up to 5 again. 3, 4, 5. We'll knock out a block in the middle, just here. We're going to take ourselves the 2 dark oak, and then we'll do a beam, or a pillar. Pillar the other side, 2 dark oak. Dark oak obviously on the top bits. We'll also do one here, but leave a space away and do another one Glass pane will go in there, and this will be our 3-block doorway. Over here we'll do ourselves 3, 3, so 6 of our glass panes on both sides. And then we now need to find the carpet inside of this. Now we know it's going to be on ground level. Well, it's actually going to be a block above ground level because you kind of jump into the booth. And we know ground level is here on the 3, so we should do this one on the 4, just here. So let's build brown carpet coming right through the doorway there. And then on both sides of this booth, we'll do our brown carpet. Just like so. Perfect. Alright, now before we build any more flooring, we're going to take our polished tuff and we're going to build the ventilation shafts that go in the roof. So these are actually kind of important for detail. They definitely look good and they're definitely in the show. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up above this doorway here. This is our one that we came in on and obviously found out where this booth is. So if we go above this one, we'll go to the second block above, right away, right to the top up here. We'll do 3 blocks. This one will come straight to the wall this way. Revert back and go to this block just here and build this straight to the corner of the booth just there. Let's leave 2 blocks just up here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. 1, 2, and then we'll bring this one just up to the booth again, just there. Perfect. Now if we go ahead and go to the other side, there's going to be a few more. Now this one and the second one that we're going to build are going to be just this side of the booth. So the opposite side to where we've just built. Oh, my stomach's rumbling. I told you I was hungry, see? This is why you shouldn't film on an empty stomach. Okay, we're going to go from this window here. 1, 2, 3. We'll go with 1, 2, 3 back from that one. So it should be 4 with 2, basically. And then we'll build this one along to the door. And it should be above the door frame, just there. We'll leave another gap of 2 and do 1, 2, 3. Then we'll go down, so it will be a total of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 blocks away from the wall here. Then we'll do another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just connect it to the wall with 2 like so. Perfect. So those are the only 4 pipes that go into the ceiling, but they just look good and they're definitely in the show. So we want to add those in. Alright, let's go ahead and find ourselves the blue terracotta that goes on the floor of this squawk. Firstly, we're on the other side of our building right now. I'm going to grab myself my polished blackstone bricks back. I'm going to go ahead and take myself one just... Oh, I'm going to do my quartz bricks for this side because I've started it a bit differently, but that's absolutely fine. We basically just want 3 of our pattern like we discovered on the other side, like so, and then we do a line of blue terracotta from this end to the other end. So I'll do the same on this side, that end to the further end where the window is, and again this side, meow, right the way to the end. And then we're going to go ahead and build the pattern all the way down and stopping at the wall. So that should just be about there. But what I'd like to do firstly, because the pattern's pretty easy to get done, isn't it? We want to find out where the blue terracotta ends and stops, basically. So we can go ahead and isolate it and then build it easily. I just need to remember where it is. I think it's actually on this one up here. I'll go and double check actually. So I found it, Assassins. It is going to be 5 blocks away from the window. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this will be the same the whole way across this area. Now it makes sense actually because the wall over that side is the exact dimension of this flooring basically. So we'll just add all of this in, so everything beyond this point will all be blue terracotta, including into the corners just back here. Oh, it was a good idea adding the frog lights, but they also can get in the way, so just keep that in mind. There we go. Right the way along here as well, and this bit, and then we'll go ahead and build our pattern all the way in the rest of the flooring that goes in here. So let's get that done. Yeah, let's do it. Well, I don't know about you, Assassins, but that took absolute ages. But we got it done. We're going to take ourselves blue terracotta around this section as well, all the way through this sort of office space. Nice easy part for us, which is very nice after that long winding process. Just there. Perfect. Even if it looks a bit funky with that one missing block, that's absolutely perfect. Good stuff. And then we're going to take ourselves back into Robin's office. And we're going to get ourselves the brown wool. I'm going to put this in here. The whole way through. Again, very simple. Nothing crazy going on in here. I have got a very sad thing to tell you in a second. We are going to be needing to do more of that sequence pattern. I'm so sorry. But if we go ahead and leave those 2 blocks off, we'll take ourselves the sequence from here. And we're going to only stop in line with literally this block. So we won't do any extra blocks on the side. We'll literally just leave it. Bring this one right to the back door. Just there. And then fill in all of this with our pattern. Shouldn't take too long. Let's get it done. Not anything this side though, guys, okay? Just this little bit. Okay, Assassins, I know I've kept you for such a long time today. We are definitely going to be finishing up now. And we'll get onto some of the roof sort of furniture, I guess you could call it, after in a later episode. But we're going to go ahead and finish up the flooring and get the roof soiled over. Smoothed over is probably a nicer term. To be able to go ahead and put the furniture on, you know, in episode 3, hopefully. We'll take ourselves some granite. We'll take some polished granite, some spruce planks, a barrel, a spruce trapdoor, some andesite, and some dorite as well. And what we're going to do is majority of this flooring is going to be granite or polished granite, but there are actually a few areas where there's going to be a few barrels, planks, and spruce trapdoors. And I'll help you find those firstly before we go into kind of texturing the rest of the floor. We'll go ahead and stick ourselves 6 planks just here, which is going to house the fridge, and it's also going to have like a little bit of worktop on for all those snacks that are piled up high against this window. Then we'll go ahead and place ourselves 2 barrels, just like so, with maybe one back here. We'll do ourselves a spruce plank there and there. Spruce trapdoor just here, why not? We'll do ourselves 2 barrels just here. We'll do a spruce plank back there with another barrel just here. Then we'll do ourselves another barrel back there with a spruce trapdoor here. And then 2 planks just up here. And that should be enough. And that's just before the window there. And then the rest of this flooring is literally going to be a collection, or a combination, sorry, of our polished granite mainly, with granite between. So I recommend filling in the entire floor with polished granite firstly, and then going ahead and just texturing it like we did the outside with the coarse dirt with the granite. So if we do this together, I can show you a kind of quick, simple method of getting this done. And it is quite a fun method. I do enjoy it, and I do use it quite a lot when I'm building. So I just do this, fill it all in, and then I'll literally just go ahead and just trash the thing. Which is really helpful. And it allows me to texture in the most random way possibles. Possibles? Yeah, I guess so. So this is all we need to do. All you want to make sure is there's no giant lines of the same thing. So you could see that was a big line just there. So I've just added a little extra 2 on the end. And that looks great. And obviously this will have furniture on it, so it won't look as bland. But if you go ahead and randomly place the granite in like I'm doing right now, then it should start to look really cool. And also start to look like a bit of a worn down kitchen floor, which is absolutely the vibes we're going for. So we just do this. And take a look at your handiwork. That's good enough to me. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think in my original one there was just a few more like kind of scrappy looking blocks just here and there, kind of like this, but absolutely you can add them in afterwards. And like I say, a lot of this is going to be filled up with furniture, so you're not even going to see half this floor, but it's kind of the thought that counts with this one. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. Let's just add another one there just for my sake. But yeah, good stuff. Now let's get to the roof. We will sneak out one of these side doors. There we go. Come on up to the roof, and you should have something that looks like this. If you don't worry. You can always pause the video here and go and double check your work. But it should look pretty similar to mine. And it looks pretty messy, doesn't it? It looks kind of like jumbled up pieces of furniture from IKEA just shoved in here. And yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make this entire roof andesite. The layer of andesite is going to be just beneath the slab here. And this will be the entire roof. Like the entire thing is andesite. The whole way from that end to all the way this end, and here, and here, here as well, and the whole way along basically. So it's definitely important to get that done. But what we can do whilst we're up here is also build the 2 platforms, and one of these platforms we see Mike and 11 having like a heart-to-heart up here. So pretty important to build. I will leave my diorite behind the diorite stairs if we've got any like for texturing, just because they will be filled up in a minute, so it won't be too much trouble. But what we're going to do for this is we're going to take ourselves up to the 4th block along here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to find ourselves this layer here, which will be kind of a layer of diorite above our andesite. And we want 8 of these. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then basically you want to get to the other wall with 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Let's do the same over here. So remember 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Layer of andesite, so that's the second layer down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfection. And then we just take ourselves some andesite because it's beneath another set of slabs up here. And then when you fill in all of the andesite beneath that I was just telling you to do, it should make these ones stand out. So these ones will be basically enclosed around these 2 platforms up here, which are where Mike and 11 can have their little talk. So I'll build this across here. So fill in all of this space, and then up here, of course, we've got to fill in this with our andesite as well. So there's quite a lot of hollow shapes on the roof, but you can fill them in properly. I'm just lazy, so I just leave them off empty like that. But there we go. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it up to you to get the andesite all filled across from this corner to this corner. And you can do a /fill command if you want to do that. I'll show you how to do that if you would like whilst you're here. It might save you a long time. So if we go into this corner down here, make sure you place a block down firstly. It's just very helpful to find that dimension. We'll open our chat to command window. We'll just type in here /fill, like so. And it will start to come up with prompt commands just on the top. So the prompt coordinates for my coordinates, which will be completely different to yours guys, so don't put in my coordinates, put your own coordinates in here. Mine is 166, so I'm just going to put that in. I'm going to click triangle, which is my space button on the PlayStation. And then it will come up with my next one, which is the height, so 14 blocks off the ground. And then it will come up with my next command, and that one for me is 53. Now I'm going to enter this one, and it will come up with an error. That's perfect. That means it's saved to the system now. So now if we go up to this top corner over here, and we use this one that we placed earlier, so we open the chat's command window and click up, it'll bring back the command that just errored, the one that I just saved to the system. Now if I click space after my last number, which should be my Z axis, it will give me the new command, the new coordinate for this top corner. My one is going to be 200, not 2000. 14 in height again, because we're not changing the height of our roof here. My last number is 15. And then it comes out with a list of materials after that last command, our last coordinate. And mine is going to be andesite. So we want andesite in here. All of us want to click this one. When you click andesite, it should fill the entire roof in with andesite, saving you a lot of hard work. 1,292 blocks worth of hard work. So hell yeah. Now let's fill in this section just here. Get this all done. Awesome. Oh, almost there. And this bit. And this layer. And then we're done. We are done for the day. And we have outdone ourselves. We have worked so hard. It has been unbelievably tricky today. You should be proud of yourselves, Assassins. I'm definitely proud of you. Alright, let's wrap it up for the day. Well, Assassins, I am so sorry if this seemed like false advertising today. I was like, yeah, we're going to get the roof furniture done. We're going to make this scene, blah, blah, blah. And then we didn't get it done. I'm so sorry. However, I am going to get this done next episode. That is the grand plan. And we can start working on furnishings for our Squawk radio station. That is very exciting news. We have really worked hard today, and you should be proud of yourselves. It is so difficult to build walls and get things in the right positions, especially when we've already built up the external structure basically. So we're only having to work with the space we got inside, and that is troublesome. So definitely give yourselves a pat on the back for that one. Please go and get yourself a biscuit, because that's exactly how I'm going to celebrate. And I'm looking forward to episode number 3 to really start to work inside of the squawk. It's going to be so much fun. I hope you'll stay tuned into that one, guys. Drop a like on this one if you enjoyed it, and maybe subscribe if you're near around here and want to see more of my tutorials. That'd be amazing. Have a lovely one, Assassins. Take the very best of care, and I'm off to get some food. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Alright, see you later, guys. Thank you for watching. All the best. Take care.